YouTube. Yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. A little bit windy here today on the trail, but not too bad. Hopefully you can all hear me. Welcome to the show. Right on. My lady says, got it, babe. Oh, okay. I don't know what you got, babe, but it's all good. Maybe like New Kids on the Block used to say, oh, you got it, the right stuff, right? You got the right stuff, baby. Love the way you turn me on. Dun. All that I needed was you. I'm not going to do that. You know, a funny thing to start off this show, I actually saw New Kids on the Block when they were really popular in the early 90s at the Oakland Coliseum where the Golden State Warriors used to play before they moved. And I went there with a couple of my guy friends because, you know, we wanted to just hang with a lot of cute chicks. You know, we knew we had no shot because they were there for the New Kids on the Block. But it was a great concert because there were a lot of great artists there. There was an artist named Dino. He used to sing a song called Summer Girls Having Fun. Yeah, I'm sure some of you remember those days. But anyway, hope you're all having a great day today. It's a beautiful day here in Redwood City, California, where I live. It's about 75 degrees. That's what the outside temperature read on my car's temperature gauge, outside temperature gauge. My lady left my place earlier today, and she inspired me to do this topic without even realizing it. And that's because I've been helping her better organize her life. I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of work, but I've enjoyed it, and that's what I do. I love helping people get organized. That's a big part of coaching people and helping them reach success at anything they desire to accomplish. You got to get yourself organized and stay organized. God, this is just so beautiful. I can't help but stop and look at it, even though I'm here all the damn time. Anything that you want to accomplish in life requires you to get organized and stay organized. That even includes dating. It includes dating, and if you're wondering why it takes being organized to be successful at dating, stick around. There's a huge reason for that, right? We'll get to that in just a little bit, but we're going to wait for a few more people to pop on in before we get right to it. I will say that my lady and I had a phenomenal weekend. We went out of town, and I mean, we're back now, so we'll talk about it. We were in the greater Sacramento area, and we like to stay in the Rockland and Lincoln area. It's a more suburbia type of area, and because I'm a suburbia type of boy, I'm a boy from the suburbs, right? You know, I feel most comfortable staying in the outskirts rather than staying in the major city like Sacramento. I like visiting the city, but not getting hotel rooms there, or staying there, or living there. Excuse me. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. Give me a second. All right. It's all good. You see, baby, it happens to me too. These damn allergies. And the dry grass is beginning to grow tall again. So that's just more pollen. More pollen being sucked into my nostrils. But I love staying in the outskirts of major cities that I visit. We had a nice hotel room, and we had a king room suite. And we had living room, a full-size kitchen, full-size bar area, that is. It's not filled, obviously, you know. BYOB, bring your own booze, right? Refrigerator, coffee maker, cabinets. I mean, nice place. Separate room for the bedroom, and a separate 60-inch TV in the living room, and another 60-inch TV in the bedroom. Had a great time. And my lady and I, we did a nice walk a couple days ago before we got back into town. We came back on the 3rd, the day before the 4th. We didn't want to be out of town on the 4th and then drive back. The traffic would be just crazy. And ironically, there wasn't really any traffic heading out of town on Friday night and coming back on Sunday night, which was July 3rd. Babe, are you still around? Or do I need to reset the chat? I'm not sure if the chat is stuck or not. I'll wait a second, and if not, I will go ahead and reset the chat. But yeah, we had a wonderful time. Went to some nice dinners. Had great service. My lady's there. Babe, did you make it home safely? Are you home? You home with your doggies? Interesting side note here. Last night, during the I guess the firework festivities in my lady's town, her dogs got out, and her little dog, crawled under the fence and went to the neighbor's house, and her big dog was found by the county sheriff. And my lady received a phone call this morning that was private ID. Unfortunately, she picked it up, and it was the county sheriff saying that they have her dog, and she was just really, really thrilled. And her other dog was found by a roommate, and everything is all good. But yeah, that was scary hearing that. And fortunately, my lady takes preventative measures. She had dog collars with the dog's names and phone number to reach out, in case the dog gets lost and it's found. And everything ended up very well. So that's some good news there. So yeah, made it through another 4th of July. I don't know what that was that ran across the trail. That might have been a lizard, but something just ran across me. Oh well, we're out in nature, you never know. Anything goes, right? But yeah, all in all, we had a safe and sane weekend. We didn't see any accidents along the way, no traffic. Now, we did experience something. We did go to the American River in the Auburn area on Saturday, and we were going to go walking there, but something major happened. I guess some people may have drowned or fallen down an embankment of rocks because there were people climbing down to get to the river instead of taking the long way down. And when we got there, there was a lot of emergency response coming down the one-lane roads. So we ended up leaving. It was just too intense to be there. That's the only thing that that's the only negative thing we saw happen this weekend. And that's probably because people are being careless, they're drinking, and they were doing stupid shit to celebrate the holiday. Hopefully everyone survived. We tried to look up the event on our phones, but we couldn't find anything. Maybe something will pop up sometime this week, because I'm curious to know what happened. But it's not worth it, folks. I mean, have fun, have a good time, but do it in a safe and sane way. If having fun involves risking your life, is that really having fun, or is that something stupid? Think about that, okay? If having fun risks your life or involves risking your life, is that really having fun, or is that, again, just something stupid, right? Don't fall into peer pressure. Don't do stupid shit that could cost you your life just because your friends are doing it. You don't feel comfortable doing something, or it's stupid, just don't do it. Just say no. You're in charge of yourself. You control your own actions. No one controls your actions besides yourself. And that's a huge part about what I'm going to be discussing here today regarding staying organized. That involves choosing what actions you take. Everything's a choice. No one forces you to do anything. You either choose to do it or you don't do it. Some people say, they forced me into it. No, they try to peer pressure you into it. But why the hell are you giving the peer pressure, which is what I'm trying to say, right? I know it's not easy. You want to fit in. You want to be cool with the buddies, right? As a guy, you want to show off to the girls, right? It's stupid. It's not worth it. And you're not really showing off. You're just acting like a fool, right? And potentially putting your life in harm's way. Not worth it. My lady says yes twice. What was the second yes for, babe? Yeah, it's quite windy here right now, so bear with me. Bear with me. Also, before we get right to it, my lady and I started creating content again on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams, my other channel. Yesterday we started a 3-part series regarding how millennials changed the world in the 2010s. It's such a long blog with so much information. It took us over 2 hours to dissect the first 5 parts out of the 15 parts. It's 15 parts, 15 aspects. That live stream that I can't even talk today. That live stream replay is publicly available on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Nightbot's sharing the link to Coach Eli 2 every 7 minutes or so, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. And in case you aren't aware, that channel keeps racking up the watch time. We're well over 3,000 hours of watch time. We're in the stretch run. We hope to qualify for monetization by the end of this weekend or sometime next week. And we're going to continue to create content there. We have part 2 and part 3 of the Millennial Show we started last night. Part 2 will be happening tomorrow morning at some point. So stick around for that. No exact start time. Make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and that way you'll know right when we go live. And the same thing on Thursday. We're going to do part 3 sometime in the morning, early afternoon. Part 3 of that show, the Millennial Show. And then I did another live stream on this channel yesterday, a Walking with Purpose stream. That plane is so loud every time it crosses over. It's that very nice private jet. It's not a real plane, or a full-size plane. It is a real plane, but it sounds like a full-size plane, even though it's not. Beautiful though, but it's very distracting. Jesus Christ. Hold on a second. Yeah, the wind gusts are pretty high today. It almost blew my headset off my head. Babe, are you able to hear me at all? Let me know if you can hear me. It'll be better on the way back because the wind will be hitting my back. So lots of content in case you missed it. If you folks want to turn your lives around and learn from my failures, my ladies' failures, and learn how we've turned things around, there's lots of content between this channel here, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, and Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get right to it, because there's lots to talk about regarding this topic, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me despite the crazy wind I'm experiencing here today, but it's a great exercise. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California. This is episode number 323, episode number 323. And the topic today is how to organize every aspect of your life and stay organized. One more time. The topic of today's stream is how to organize every aspect of your life and stay organized. So I was thinking about how to present this in the most consumable way possible where people can understand it. I was thinking about this on the way to the trail, and even before I headed out to the trail. And I think the best way to start this off is to say that if you want to change any aspect of your life, it has to be changed within your mindset. Excuse me. My apologies. Babe, you probably get a lot of that dried up mucus from allergies. And today it's hitting me harder than normal, so forgive me. Please forgive me. So if we're talking about how to organize every aspect of your life and stay organized, before you can do that, you have to make a decision and change your mindset. You have to decide that this is what you want to do. It's a choice that you have to make, and a choice that you have to stick to, and a choice that you have to live each and every day. Come over here. A couple of people coming by, just want to let them pass. So it's a choice you have to make, and you have to live that choice every single day, that you want to get organized in all aspects of your life and stay organized. But is getting organized the difficult part. No, it's not. It's actually putting yourself in the mindset that you want to get organized, right? Because as a human being, you can accomplish whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it, right? As long as you decide to do it, right? You've got to make that choice, and you got to live it, and you got to own it, and you got to be it, or be about it, right? That's the most difficult thing that people have to, or that people struggle with when they want to make those changes. And getting in the right mindset is not easy. It's not easy to get in the right mindset. And then you have some people that will say, hey, Eli, hey, whoever, right? I'm going to make that change. I'm going to change my mindset and become organized. And I'm going to start doing that tomorrow. Or I'm going to start doing that next week. Or I'm going to start doing that next month. Or, hey, Eli, you know what? I'm going to start doing this as part of my New Year's resolution. Sometimes you need a push in the right direction. Can you still hear me, babe? Is it coming through okay? Well, baby, that's true. Sometimes you do need a push in the right direction, and that's what a good coach does. He gently pushes you in the right direction. A coach is not going to do the work for you. A coach will guide you through the work, right? But if you want to make that change, my babe says, yes, I can hear you. But if you want to make that change, you got to do it now. You got to say, hey, I'm going to make that change and get in the right mindset to get organized and stay organized. You got to make that change starting right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Don't make it your New Year's resolution because we're still 6 months away from that, right? Make the choice right now and start making the change of your mindset right now. Today, this very moment. So once you decide to change your mindset and you're like, yeah, I am tired of being disorganized. I'm tired of my bills not getting paid. I'm tired of making plans with friends or my boyfriend or my girlfriend or meeting people from dating sites or whatever and then having to cancel those plans at the last minute, right? How many of you have been on a dating app and you made a date and the other side canceled it or you canceled it at the last minute, right? A lot of that has to do with not managing your time or being organized with your time, right? Most people think that the person's flaking out on you because, yeah, maybe they got a better option at times. Or maybe you're thinking that, they just had cold feet or something. Yeah, that's a possibility. But that's not usually what happens. What usually happens is that person is disorganized and they haven't learned to properly manage their work and personal life or other aspects of their life and their personal life, right? And those are the types of people that you need to avoid like the plague, because those types of people, if they're that disorganized to the point of where, they'll make a date and then they flake out at the last minute, what that's telling me is that other aspects of their lives which is what I'm trying to say, are disorganized as well, right? That's only the beginning, right? Because organized people are organized in everything. Disorganized people are disorganized at everything. Have you noticed that there's no in between when it comes to being organized or not? You're either fully organized in every aspect of your life, or you're disorganized in every aspect of your life. Because if you're disorganized in even one aspect of your life that's a crucial aspect of your life, right? The other crucial aspects of your life are going to be disorganized too. You're not going to be in the right mindset, right? You have to be in the right mindset, like I said, to get organized and stay organized. Now, one of the most important aspects of life, and it's the most important aspect because you need to have this organized to survive, and that involves your finances. Now, over the last several months, I'm going to use my lady as an example because, I'm not saying that, she was horrible at paying her bills. She wasn't, but she was a bit disorganized. And there are times where she would, forget a payment or two. It wasn't because she didn't have the money. It was because, she got caught up in other things and wasn't as organized as she's become. So that way she's on a schedule and knows when her bills are due and when to pay them, right? So how do you get organized to pay your bills? I'll tell you what I do. Now, most of us use the thing I'm using right now to do this live stream, our smartphones. And while our smartphones can do that, sure, you can pay your bills on your smartphone. You can have reminders on your smartphone. I get that, right? But I honestly think that it is much better to use a laptop or a desktop to pay your bills and have an office in your home or apartment to be able to sit down and pay your bills that way. Because here's what I do. I've got my credit card payments that I pay each month, right? And I've got my other bills that I pay, right? And you might say, Eli, in this crazy modern world, why don't you have everything on auto pay? Well, that's a great question. Auto pay is great for certain bills, right? If you have bills that are a set amount each month, okay? For example, I have DirecTV, I have AT&T fiber internet, okay? I've got AT&T web hosting for my website and other websites that I run, okay? I've got my AT&T cell phone, right? Okay? That's the same amount every month. Every now and then there's a little bit of a price increase, but it's roughly around the same amount. So I set up auto pay for that. And then I verify in my accounts that that money is being deducted properly. That's simple. That you can use an app on your phone, link to your checking account, and you can see everything itemized. It's very, very simple to do that, right? But what about credit cards, right? First of all, you shouldn't get yourself into credit card debt, and you shouldn't buy something that you can't afford to either pay off right away, or if you're going to spread something out over the course of a year or two, make sure you have a very low interest credit card, or you have a 0% promotional offer that gives you a certain amount of time. Okay? But before I get into that, the variable items such as credit cards, what I do is I have those credit cards bookmarked. The credit card logins bookmarked on my laptop. And you can go into each of those bookmarked links and also to the right in the parentheses put in due on the first of each month, right? You want to put little notes there so that way you know when those payments are due, right? But then you might say, Eli, well, if I have 4 or 5 credit cards and, they're due on different days of the month, it gets kind of tedious doing that. Well, you have a couple options. You can label each of those credit card website links with the date each month or the day each month that they're due, or you can just say, okay, I know what my minimum payment's going to be or what I need to pay each month on these cards. And I'm going to pay all my cards on the 1st or the 15th of each month, regardless of when they're due. Now, make sure you're not past due, because that's not good, right? And it doesn't matter at that point if you're 2 weeks early on paying one or two of your cards. So, for example, if you have 5 credit cards and 2 of them are due on the 1st of each month, the third one is due on the 10th, and the last 2 are due on the 20th, and you pay them all on the 1st of the month, then you have all those payments for that month out of the way. And then all you have to do is get in the habit of paying those cards on the 1st of each month, and you'll never be late. As a matter of fact, you'll be 19 days early on the final 2 cards. The point I'm trying to make is, if you organize yourself by using a laptop or a desktop, you create direct links to the login sections of where you pay your cards. Or you can even create a folder and say credit cards to pay monthly, and put those direct web links into that folder and put it on the desktop section, so when you log into your computer every morning, you'll see it there and it'll remind you. That's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. Now, you can't pay credit cards through the mobile apps. You can do the same things I just mentioned on your smartphone, but quite honestly, it gets to be really tedious and a pain in the ass to do everything on a small phone. I honestly feel the easiest way to pay your bills and to stay organized with your bills is to use a laptop or desktop. You can even ask my lady that. She doesn't have a working laptop, and at some point I'm either going to give her my older one or get her a new one, because she's seen how much easier it is to stay organized and pay bills and see things much more clearly on a 15.7 inch 4K screen than a 6.7 inch smartphone screen, right? And there are many other things you can do on your laptop or desktop. You can download PDFs. You can do it on the phone too, right? But it's really hard to view a PDF on your phone without zooming in, and it's a pain in the ass. On your laptop or desktop, you download the PDF. A lot of credit card companies and many other companies, they no longer will send out paper statements unless you request them. They have your bill in PDF format. So if you want to view detailed billing, for example, on a cell phone plan, you're not going to be able to see that unless you go into your laptop or desktop and then go to your detailed billing section, or open up the PDF of the monthly statements you used to receive. So there's another aspect there that can help you get organized and stay organized. And that way, you pay your bills on time. It continues to build your credit, and you maintain good credit. Having good credit is very, very, very important. And this method will help you maintain your good credit. So that's what I do to ensure that my bills get paid every month. Again, like I said, there are some bills that I do put on auto pay, but there are some that are going to have, variable payments. An example, like I was going to mention a little bit ago, I bought a laptop from Dell, and it was a $3,500 laptop, right? And I have the money to pay it off, but I haven't been paying it off because I'd rather keep that money invested in stocks and pay it off slowly, $100 a month, right? So after the 12 months of my promotional period expired from Dell, 12 months, no interest, right? I either had to pay it off or transfer it to another card that has no interest. Because if I didn't pay it off, interest was going to be accrued from the first date of purchase, and I would have had to pay $660 in interest. I'm like, fuck that, no way, right? So what did I do? Because I have good credit, I went and applied for a Citibank credit card that offers 0% balance transfers for 21 months. And I was like, this is perfect. I owe like $2,000. I mean, I paid a little more than $100 a month on my laptop, because I made a bigger payment before I transferred the balance. But I transferred what was it about? I think it was $2,000. I transferred to this Citi card, and now I have 21 months to pay this off with no interest. Again, even though I can afford to pay it off, why use that money to pay it off when I have 0% interest, when I can invest that $2,000 and it makes me more money than paying this off right away, right? That's another smart move there. You know, that's more financial stuff. Maybe not involving being organized, but I just wanted to throw that in there, right? That's part of being responsible, right? So that's what I did there. And now, like I said, I have 21 months to pay this off. So I pay just under $100 a month, and in 21 months it's paid off, no interest. The money I could have used to pay it off is now making me money elsewhere, right? And I guess you could say that is a part of being organized and knowing what you're doing. So that's that. And any other bills that you have, utility bills, your power company, right? Water, sewer, power, right? You also have car insurance, right? Homeowners or renters insurance. All that stuff, you can set that to auto pay. Or, you could pay it manually monthly. If you're going to pay it manually monthly, add that website link to that same folder I was mentioning earlier onto your laptop or desktop, and then put this is due every month on this day, right? So it's as simple as that. But you got to have all your bills that you pay each month in one folder with all the direct links to the sites where you pay them. And even for websites that are on autopay, I have them in a separate folder, autopay, in case I want to log in from the web and just, look at those accounts as well. Now, you can also do them from the apps on your phone, but again, like I said, it is much easier to look at your bills and your services and read information from a laptop or desktop than using the smartphone app. Smartphone apps are convenient when you're on the go, but looking at things on your laptop or desktop are going to make it much easier. All right, we are almost done with half of the walk here. All right. I'm sorry. We are back live. I'm not going to go on the observation deck like I was saying before it cut off. There's somebody coming, and they're probably going to go up there, and I don't want to interrupt them. I'm trying to be courteous. You still around, babe? I'm just kind of curious. If not, that's okay. No big deal. It's been a long weekend. We got a lot done. Just going to take a moment here to show you folks the beautiful scenery. Tell that person behind me was wearing trail runners. You can hear how they're digging into the the dirt. I have trail runners. I just haven't broken them in yet. Still wearing an older pair of tennis shoes. I like to wear down my tennis shoes as much as possible. Just a beautiful day. Person just turned and burned. All right. All right, let's continue talking about, how to get yourself organized. Let's talk about the dating world. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. If you want to be successful at finding the love of your life or finding a great compatible partner, you got to get yourself organized. And the first thing you need to do is basically get some really good quality pictures. Maybe one that shows you wearing something more formal, maybe another one from a hiking trail wearing some nice hiking outfit. What's really in nowadays, Under Armour stuff, Adidas is still in, or just, look presentable. Have some clean clothes on. Make sure you're well groomed that day. You should be well groomed all the time, but at least for your pictures, right? Smile in your pictures, right? And show more full body shots than head shots. Like, before I met my lady, even as soon as, a little over 10 months ago, when I was still on these dating apps, women were still pulling the old headshot only picture or pictures, right? You scroll through their profile and you got all these headshots and you're like, okay, they're going to have at least one full body shot, and they have none. That's not going to work. That's not going to really, get you where you want to get to. Okay? So that's not a good way to, put out a profile. It's not organized in the right way. I would basically have at least 4 pictures, maybe 6 at the most. I wouldn't put more than 6. Sometimes people put like 20 pictures if they can, right? That's just too many. That's overkill. Get 4 to 6 pictures, and at least half of them need to be full body shots. The other 2 can be some good, clear, close-up headshots. You're smiling. People can see your eyes, etc., right? Make sure you also fill out the written portions. And don't be selfish in the written portions. You can share with people what you enjoy doing. But also make sure that you incorporate what you're seeking, right? Because what I noticed back in the days before I met my lady, women were putting in their profiles, a lot of them were putting in their profiles, I enjoy scuba diving. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy this. I enjoy that. And they would put nothing. Is that someone? I'm seeking that special someone to have hiking adventures with, or scuba diving adventures, or whatever types of adventures, right? Okay. To me, I figured the women that just wrote about what they enjoy doing and didn't add in a simple, I'm looking for my partner in crime to do this with and that with, right? And she just mentioned I enjoy doing this without including the part I just mentioned. Those are women I would skip. This is a dating site, right? It's a dating site, and beautiful plane. And if you're not looking to connect with someone and have a relationship, then why are you there? Right? And no, it's not automatically assumed just because you're on a dating site that everyone's going to know you're seeking a relationship if you don't mention it in your profile. you need to incorporate that into the written portions and be very clear and be very specific, right? Don't be overbearing, but don't say too little either. You have to balance it out. So you got to have a great profile that basically shares with people who you are. You want to give them the feeling like they're right there with you, with the pictures you put out there and the words that you're saying need to resonate with the type of person that you're trying to attract. That's the secret right there. All right, if you leave things out, there's nothing to go on, right? That's why with those profiles where women would just basically, put, I enjoy scuba diving, I enjoy Disneyland, I enjoy this and that. Okay, I don't give a shit about that. What are you seeking? Are you seeking to do that with someone, or is that just what you enjoy doing and you just want a man on the side or something? Like you got to be very, very clear, even in the written portions, right? Now, when it comes to setting up dates, you got to be very organized and be very well balanced between your work and your personal life. You got to have great communication skills. If you start talking with someone and you're clicking, you get to the phone as soon as possible. You have a brief phone conversation. You see if you click, and then you set up a date. You set up a date. You find out when that person is available. And if you're available too, then you set up that date. My advice, what's worked for me, and the only thing that has worked for me, is either meeting that same night or by the next night. I've noticed if you go more than a few nights after you connect with someone and they're interested in meeting, if you go more than a few nights, it's never going to happen. Right? Now, in some rare cases, sometimes you'll get a really good woman and you come across a good man. If you're a woman, you come across a good man like me, to where, we're both busy and, throughout the week. And we've decided we're going to meet in 5 days on the weekend. This is how it was before I met my woman. That's cool. But what I noticed back then with those women is that they want to talk on the phone every night, and that's no problem. Talk on the phone, 20, 30 minutes each night leading into that date. So that way, you're both still interested and you're excited, right? But you got to be organized. You got to set the date. You got to know your schedule. And if you set the date, you got to show up. So if you don't show up, that's it. You're not going to get a second chance typically. A lot of the people that I was talking with before I met my lady appeared to be organized. They could talk a good game, but when it came time to meeting, they would set a time to meet, and then they would flake out at the last minute. And there were a few times where I rescheduled and they flaked out again. Well, it's okay to reschedule one time, but after somebody flakes out on you twice, I would just definitely move on. That's a disorganized person. And maybe they were truly interested in you, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that there's somebody else they're more interested in. It could mean that, but usually what it boils down to is they're disorganized. Their life is in shambles. They're disorganized, right? That's why it's important to have all aspects of your life. Let me get back to me here. That's why it's important to have all aspects of your life organized. Financially, have your bills paid on time, right? have your health in order, right? You know, have a job with a good work schedule, right? Balance in your friends and your family. If you have all aspects of your life organized, then you'll be able to fit in finding that special loved one, right? When one aspect of your life is disorganized, pretty much the rest of the aspects are disorganized too. When you have your shit together, that's another way of saying you have your shit together, is you're very organized. When you're organized, if you're an organized person, you're pretty much organized in all aspects of your life. Everything will just harmoniously flow. And another thing I want to mention about what it takes to, get organized in all aspects of your life and stay organized. And it just slipped my mind. I was going to mention something that was very important, and it slipped my mind. It will come back to me in a second here. My apologies for that. Give me a second here. Just 1 second. It'll come back to me. It was a very, very important part I wanted to mention. And that's the thing about not having notes when I'm on the trail. You go by memory, and sometimes you get into a deep thought regarding a particular aspect of the topic, and then you forget a really key, important part. But it'll come back at some point. Now the wind has died down a little bit. It's hitting my back. Feels really nice. While I try to remember what I wanted to mention, other parts that you should be organized at. Okay? Organize your clothing. Fold your clothing, organize them in your closet, in your drawers. Most of my clothing is organized. I will admit, I've been so busy lately, I haven't been able to fold my clothing every single time they come out of the washer and dryer. But I do know where they're at, and I put them in a nice, neat pile, and I know where to find my stuff. And that's something I need to get better at again. I used to, this was before my YouTube days when I had a lot more time. Now I've been creating so much content. It's like, in order to get as much content out as I've been putting out, I got to cut something back. And what I've been doing is not folding my clothes all the time. And it's a bad habit. I will admit it's a bad habit, but at least I know where my clothing is at. And it is organized, unfolded. And if I have to iron it, some clothing requires being ironed, some doesn't, then I can just handle it at that time before I wear it, whether it's on a live stream or to go out. But you want to have your home or apartment organized, from your clothing to your tools to, if you're in your kitchen, your utensils, your plates, right? Your food, dried food, etc. I've got my YouTube studio and my equipment. I have all that organized. Why? Because whatever you need, you know exactly where it's at, and you can go right to it, grab it off the shelf, and you're not wasting any time. If you're disorganized and you throw shit everywhere, it's going to take you literally 10 minutes just to find that one item that would have taken you like less than 10 seconds to walk over, grab it off the shelf, and there you go, right? Now, it takes a lot more time to organize things when you get new things, and sometimes when you keep adding things, you have to shift things around to make other things fit. It takes a little extra time initially, but it saves you a lot of time in the long run. That's one thing I want to get you folks to understand about, what it takes to get organized in all aspects of your life and stay organized, is that if you take a little more time initially to organize things that you buy, and you do it right away, it's going to save you an enormous amount of time. Again, an enormous amount of time is going to save you in the long run. It's going to also not stress you out. You're not going to panic looking for that. My lady has been fairly organized, but there are things she's disorganized at. No disrespect, babe. We all have that issue. And then when she can't find something, she starts to panic. And she'll throw things out of a bag or something. Sometimes she'll throw things in a bag. And because it's not as organized as best as possible, she panics and goes crazy trying to find that one important thing that she's looking for. A lot of times happens to be her phone. Right, baby? Phone or a debit card or anything like that. Are you still around, babe? By the way, did you find your card? I'm going to go off the air. I'll be right back. Let me reset the chat. My lady says nope. You didn't find your card? Well, if you don't find it by later tonight, babe, then we'll talk tonight. You know what you have to do. It will turn up. Things always turn up for you, right? Now, baby, let me ask you a question. Do you feel it will turn up because that's how things usually end up happening for you? Do you feel like if you were a little, I'm not criticizing you, I'm just using this for example purposes. Do you feel if you were a little better organized that you wouldn't lose as many things, right? And this is with no disrespect to women, because there are women that are organized, and then there are women that are just not organized. And a lot of times, I see the women that are disorganized are the women that are, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean. It's basically the women that are going through things emotionally more than the normal amount, and they're panicking. More of the women that have anxiety or depression, etc., that tend to react to many things and panic a lot. And see, when you panic, that's when you misplace things and lose things. And in order to turn that around, I'm going to have to refer you to, if anyone's in that situation, I have to refer you to a psychologist. And they can help you with that and prescribe you the proper medication to help balance that out. Whew. Oh, man. What else? What else can we talk about? Oh, another very important aspect of being organized. You should keep your car clean and organized, right? Nowadays, our cars are basically like computers, right? They got the Apple CarPlay, and they got more ports, right? And screens and all that, right? Keep your car clean and organized, right? Some people like to keep certain things in their car. If you're going to do that, either put the important things that fit in your glove box in your glove box, and make sure if you have important valuables in your glove box that people would steal, make sure you lock your glove box. Sure, people can still break it, but it'll take longer for them to break it compared to just opening it if it's unlocked. Also, most cars have really big trunks nowadays. If you need to store a few things in your car because you're going to need those things while you're out and about in your car, put them in your trunk. Try to keep, your seats clear. I have a 4-door car. Whether you have a 4-door car or a coupe, try to keep your seats clear. If you have a 4-door car and you and your partner are the only one in that car, usually it doesn't mean you use the back seats as storage. You keep those back seats nice and clean. Sure, you can use it for storage occasionally, like when you're driving to and from places if necessary, but you want to keep those back seats clean. You never know when you're going to have to transport 2 other people, right? And it just, gives you that feeling of being more organized and not cluttered, and just keeps your car, looking good and staying in better condition. So yeah, keeping your car organized is also very, very important. I've been scrutinized by many people, including my lady, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I have OCD because I like to keep things as clean as possible. And I like to double check that things are clean. I also like to double check that my headlamps are turned off, my car is locked, my alarm's engaged. Whenever I go out to dinner and I pay with my credit card, when I get to the car, I look in my wallet, or credit card or debit card, usually debit card. I make sure that my debit card is in my wallet. I take an extra minute or 2 before I leave wherever I just, went out to make sure everything's intact. And that way I stay organized and I don't lose anything, right? And I put my cards in the same slot in my wallet so I know where they're at. I know where every card is at. I know where my license is at. I was going to say my proof of insurance, but that's digital now on your smartphone. Even the damn insurance cards have gone digital. So I don't have to worry about that anymore, all right? But that's what I was saying a bit ago. If you take a little more time to double check things and to properly set things up and organize them the first time around, you're not going to lose things, and life's going to be a lot smoother for you. Your life's going to be a lot easier. Things are going to flow. You're going to not panic, or panic a lot less. You're not going to stress out, or you will stress out a lot less. You're going to conserve so much more energy by having things organized that you're not going to know what to do with yourself because you have so much free time on your hands. Well, there's always something to do, but you know what I'm saying. You want to get to the point of where you have free time to just relax because you know everything's taken care of, right? All right, folks, we're heading to the last part of the trail here. It's been a beautiful walk today. I'm gonna go home tonight and just relax. I was thinking about doing something on Coach Eli 2 tonight by myself for a little bit, but I'm not going to. That's beautiful. Wow, that plane is hauling ass, I'll tell you that. That's a beaut. I'm just going to take the rest of the night off and relax. It was a pretty eventful weekend with my lady. Quite a long but fun weekend and relaxing weekend. Folks, if you're getting value from these streams, please like the stream. Please share it out. Share it on your community tabs. Share it out on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or anywhere else where you know that people would get great value from it. Please also subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications if you haven't already done so here on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. You can also subscribe to my secondary channel, Coach Eli 2, Uncensored Live Streams. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes in the chat, or just go to youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. That channel is getting very close to being monetized. Over the next week or two, it'll be monetized. And when that happens, I will be moving these Walking with Purpose live streams on that channel, along with the in-studio streams that I've already moved over there. And then this channel here will focus on high quality pre-recorded content in 4K at 60 frames per second most of the time. Sometimes I'll do some in-studio content that's pre-recorded, and that's at 1080p 60 frames per second. We're also going to be doing some YouTube shorts, videos that are a minute in length or less, or shorter, a minute in length or shorter. Kind of like TikTok videos. YouTube's been doing that for over a year now. And we're also going to be creating some more members only content, exclusive members only content. In order to chat in any of my chats, you need to be subscribed. But what's probably going to happen once I move all the streams to Coach Eli 2, more than likely I'm going to be running public live streams, but the chat's going to be members only chat. More than likely. I haven't decided that yet, but I'm leaning more towards members only chat. And the reason for that is because, you know, I really only want people to chat that are positive people, good people that are struggling and just need a little extra help to get through the chronicles of life. And people that truly value my content and really need the help and are not just here to troll and talk shit will have no problem paying a few bucks to chat in the chat. But yeah, more than likely, my future streams on Coach Eli 2, once I get monetized and I'll set up my membership packages, it's probably going to be a $2.99 fee to chat. They're probably going to go to members only for the chat portion only. Moderators will still be able to chat for free in a members only chat. They can bypass it, but everyone else will either need to be a member at $2.99, which is what I believe I'm going to set it at for the live streams, for the live stream chats, or if you're not a member, you can send a super chat. We're getting closer to the end of the trail here. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going off the air here in just a few minutes, folks. Anything else you want to mention, babe, if you're still around? If not, I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream right now and walk the last quarter mile off the air. There's not much more that needs to be said. While I'm waiting to see if anything else is mentioned in the chat, I truly want to thank each and every one of you that supported this channel lately. We appreciate you helping us get the watch time on Coach Eli 2. And I appreciate any donations behind the scenes. I thank each and every one of you. Slowly but surely, we're going to help as many people as possible. I'm going to keep coming back each and every day. And my goal is just to help one person put a smile on their face and turn their attitude around for the better each and every day. Just one person. See if I can change the life of just one person each and every day. That makes it worth it to me. It's just been very, very peaceful lately. My personal and professional life has been very peaceful lately, and that's all I ever wanted, was some peace and quiet. I had so much drama in my life in my early to mid 40s. Unwanted drama, unexpected drama, right? And I've gotten to the point right now where I am at the greatest level of peace within myself that I've ever felt. I am happier within myself than I've ever felt. And that's what keeps me in a relaxed and peaceful state. Does that mean I'm not going to have any moments where, I might snap or something? No, even the best of us are going to have moments, and we're going to snap at times, right? But quite honestly, folks, I don't even feel the need to snap at people that even attack me or come at me in real life or on social media or wherever, right? You ask my woman. Sometimes my woman, she's got a lot of drama going on in her family, independent of us, right? But the truth of the matter is her drama is my drama, whether I like it or not. All right, we're back live. We are back live. Thank you for saying great show, babe. Like I was saying a second ago before I got cut off, it's for example purposes. Your drama is my drama. When you come to me with your family drama, with your daughter or your mother or whatever, right? I talk with you about it, but I try to calm you down as quickly as possible, because when you're amped up, it amps me up, right? And instead of, getting in your face and saying, cut that shit out, I don't want any drama. I mean, sometimes I have to do that. But usually what I'll do is, babe, come here and give me a hug. I try to defuse the situation. Because, I've had enough drama in my life to the point of where it sucked the life out of me, to the point of where I have no energy to even respond to any drama anymore. I'm immune to it. I'm immune to the drama disease. Again, I'm immune to the drama disease. I'm dramaed out, seriously. So even when my lady is dealing with family drama, it's not that I don't listen to her. I do. I care about her, and I'm there for her. But I immediately try to calm her down and knock her down a few levels, figuratively speaking, that is. Okay? Got to be real clear nowadays about that shit when talking with women, Because At this point, at age 48, I don't want to elevate my heart rate for any unnecessary reason, if any reason at all. Unless I'm exercising and it's healthy. I don't want to just stress myself out to the point of giving myself a heart attack over something stupid, right? Babe, I appreciate you. You've been here, I guess, most of the show, if not all the show. I'm going to go home and eat some dinner, and we will talk after I eat, babe. I need to drive. I can't call you right now. If you want to talk now, I need to rest my voice. I'm a little tired. So I need to eat dinner and just relax a bit, and we'll talk in a few hours. Cool with you. And if not, we can talk tomorrow. That's up to you. It's a good walk today. Good walk. Did you get that message, babe? Or do I need to reset the chat? Me too. I did. I'm tired as well, says my lady. We're back live, folks. I don't know if that went through. My lady says, me too. I did. I'm tired as well. Well, babe, do you just want to get some rest? We could talk tomorrow. Not a big deal. Just be prepared. We're going to be doing a show tomorrow in the morning, and I will text you the time in a little bit, but let's just do that. We can communicate by text so we can get some rest, because we both need some rest. We had a extended weekend together, and we need to rest up before this weekend where we have some other things to do. We are at 78 minutes. I've been doing this trail in under an hour and 20 minutes. Lately, it's just getting a lot faster. All right, folks, any final questions, comments, or concerns, please get them in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air in just about a minute or two. Again, thank you to everyone for being here, whether you're here live or on the replay. More content is coming to both channels. Again, please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. Not only here, but on my other channel, Coach Eli, 2 uncensored live streams. And please share it out to people that you feel would get great value, people that enjoy personal development type of content. My lady and I, we're very experienced in helping people throughout many aspects of their personal and professional lives. And you can even just ask my lady. Maybe we'll do a show on that, and she'll share how I've helped her as a testimonial. I helped her, and I helped her free of charge because she's my lady. But she'll share what a difference it's made as a testimonial down the road at some point. But with that being said, I'm going to go off the air one last time, reset the chat, and then call it a night, folks. Be right back. All right. No response from my lady. I'm sure she'll text me later. All right, everyone. Have a great night. See you all next time. And as always, be good to each other. Good night.